Okay, hello and welcome to another OpenRoads video. Today we're going to be covering how to import a DTM and ALG file into ORD so that way we can continue to use the already completed surveys that have been done and that we'll probably still continue to use for a little bit until we exhaust those. So to start off, we're going to go ahead and open up this file. Now, if you're going through the manual as you're watching this and realizing that there's other instructions prior to where I'm going, it's because I've already created this file in the last video and I didn't feel like recreating what I've already done. So all I'm going to do is open this up. And once it's open, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a couple different things with a search toolbar and feature definitions, and probably continue to show you some of those things as we're going through this video. So once you get in here and it fully opens up, you'll notice that I have a Properties and an Explorer tab pulled out. You're probably going to want to have those available and either collapsed or fully extended at all times, just because they're going to play an integral part about what's going on with ORD and when you're designing. Another thing that you're probably going to want to do, it's something that I've noticed is helpful, but is keeping the Set Feature Definition button up here in the Quick Access toolbar. The way you do that is you just go here, Customize Quick Access Toolbar. You'll find the icon that's in there, add it, and then close it, and it'll pop up here. The other thing you're going to want to do is go find this Feature Definition toolbar, and the way you'll do that is in OpenRoads, they've actually included this pretty cool feature. Well, all you got to do is type in what you're looking for. And once you do that, you can either click on it, or you can actually go to where it is inside the program itself. So if I were to click on this, you're going to notice up here in this top left corner that when I click on that, it's going to change it to the correct ribbon, and then it's going to take me to that tab, and inside the tab it's going to be in this selection here. So if I had finished reading that, you would have seen Survey, Geometry, General Tools, Standards. But we don't need the Survey tab, so I'm going to go back to OpenRoads Modeling. You're going to spend quite a bit of your time in just this toolbar, or just this ribbon list. Once you're here, in order to bring in your terrain model, so to bring in that DTM file, what you'll do is you'll go to Terrain, and from File, and now it's going to pull open this bar, or this window. You're going to click on the DTM, click OK. Once you get here, you'll notice that it already has a target description, target units, and a target geographic coordinate system, so you don't have to set that up. So it means I'll leave this alone. The two things that you're going to set up for this one are going to be feature definitions, which right here, it's going to be terrain, roadway, existing, and existing boundary. And for the import options, you're going to have the option of either import terrain, import features, or import both. We just want the terrain only. There's no reason to bring in the features as well, because we're going to manually set that. When there's a chance that when Survey starts creating their surveys in OpenRoads, then we might start pulling in the features as well. But for right now, you just need the terrain. Don't have to worry about the GCS. All you're going to do now is click import. You'll notice that it's already been highlighted and checkmarked for me. And when I import, it's going to gray out the title. It's also going to put import complete on the end, and it's going to uncheck that box. So what you'll do after that is you'll just exit out of this, go fit view, and your terrain is here. Once you've got this brought in, go ahead and click on it, hover, you'll have to pull away and then hover over it again to get this little toolbar to pop up. You're going to do set as active terrain model, and all of this is telling the program to do is go ahead and create a 3D model of it. So you go to 2 views, plan, and 3D, and you'll notice that I also, now that I've done the active terrain model, it's sitting here as well. So that's how you do a DTM importation to create a terrain inside ORD. What we're going to do now is we're going to go to File and New, No Wizard, and we're going to go and pull in our ALG now. So for the ALG, I need a 2D file, so that's already selected for the seed, so that's good. And all I've got to do now is just change the name to A001. Once I do that, just hit OK. It's going to go through the process of closing this file down, checking it in, and then opening up the new one. I'm going to go check it in, and you'll know it's checked in and open the new one when it starts doing this, and the title changes at the top. Once you've done that, go ahead and go to Geometry, Import Export, and then just import geometry. From here, you'll just select your ALG, hit open. You're going to notice all of these checkboxes, which if I extend them out, they just keep going. This is partially because this is an already worked in file. So I don't want anything that's proposed, and I don't want the profile itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on A001 and then uncheck profile. And you'll notice that check marks it all the way back up through the parent folders, which is what you want. Go ahead and leave Create Civil Rules on and import. Once it does that, you go to Fit View, and you'll have this white line that pops up. It's white because it has not had a feature definition assigned to it yet. If you've got a white background, then it'll be a black line. So what I need to do to set the feature definition for this is to go either to this little bar here and click Set Feature Definition, or go to the Standards bar here and do Set Feature Definition. Once you do that, you'll probably notice when yours opens up that your feature definition is set to this. No feature definition, and you don't have a name. Mine has a name and it had a feature definition because I've done this a couple times with this file, so it's kind of remembering what things are. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and just click Alignment, Roadway, and Existing, and then go ahead and click on the element I want. You'll notice that the name auto-populates once I click on it, and reset to complete, you know, if it would have stayed selected. Once it does, once you actually get it to work correctly, you'll notice that it changes to orange, which is what we use for existing lines. And that when you hover over it, it's now a complex element. It's A001. It's got a feature of alignment roadway existing, has no active profile right now, and its level is already Y alignment existing. You'll also notice if you go to this OpenRoads Standards tab, open the standards up and click on the project standards, that you now have a feature definition listed in here. You also notice that if you go to your feature definition here, it's highlighted. Once this palette gets colorized and highlighted, it means that it's been pulled into the standards for the project, and it's readily available for the project to use. Well, for the file to use. You'll also notice down here that if I go to annotation groups, plan, linear, plan, and RDY existing, that it has an annotation assigned to it. All that's doing is whenever I go ahead and do element annotation and click on our line and then reset to complete it, then it's actually pulling in an annotation group that has the station numbering, the curve data, our PI points and the triangle and all the lines that come out of it, our cardinal point informations, as well as our bearing and line length informations. All of this is auto-populated due to that annotation group. So it's very important that you don't mess with that setting in there because it took a while to get it all set up. But this will auto-populate for you. And if you ever want to just turn this off because you don't need it anymore, then you go to remove element annotation, click, right click, and it goes away. All that's doing is basically just hiding the actual plan production information, not getting rid of it. It's very important that you get the feature definition correct, because if I had set the feature def on this to proposed, 1, the line would be purple, and 2, whenever I went to annotate the element, my mouse would work with me today, you'll notice that the annotations are just a little bit different. Instead of it being italicized, it's non-italicized. Instead of it being orange, it's purple. So that's why it's important that you make sure you're getting the right ones, because this is an existing alignment, so I don't want to have the proposed features to it. So all I do is go to set feature definition, change it back to existing, click, let go. You'll notice that once I do that to the feature definition for this line, everything else updates with it. So kind of nice, does a lot of the work for you, and you don't have to spend a whole lot of time going through and trying to set up the feature definitions or set up how the alignment information is going to show. That being said, that's the end of this video, and hope to see you for the next one.